Back on the nation at 5 with the latest on Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju, who has yet again taken the Congress's criticism of his previous article. Kiren Rijiju ji has contributed to news18.com and where he spent his latest rebuttal. The Congress had criticized his previous column which mentioned 5 Nehruvian blunders by Nehru on Kashmir. The Congress on Saturday demanded that work towards reining in his ministers from making quote-unquote irresponsible statements. But Kiren Rijiju, in his previous article, he had garnered reactions from several leaders, including one from Congress senior leader Dr. Kiren Singh, who is also a descendant of Maharaja Hari Singh. Now in the follow-up article that Law Minister has written for news18.com, he has rebutted Dr. Kiren Singh's response, saying that it is disappointing that Dr. Kiren Singh is presenting a sanitized history in order to extricate Jawaharlal Nehru. Listen into what he had to say when he spoke with Arunima.
Once again, you've reiterated your first article for news18.com pointed out what you call 5 blunders of Pandit Nehru. Then Maharaja Hari Singh's successor, Dr. Kiren Singh, wrote a rebuttal, so to say, and you have again countered him. What is the ground on which you're countering and calling these historic blunders of Pandit Nehru?
First of all, on the occasion of the birth anniversary of our first Prime Minister, Pandit Nehru ji, we all remember him because he is our leader, our first Prime Minister of the independent India. What I have stated in the article is purely on the basis of all the documents, all those words of Pandit Nehru ji himself, which he had stated on the floor of the House in the Constituent Assembly. And there are corresponding letters also, which is part of the records. I don't understand why people are jumping into the matter or the issue without referring to the historical facts. Now, from my own side, I have not uttered a single word, or I have not stated anything which is not part of the records. So when, as a law minister, I am a responsible person of the country, I have to speak on the basis of all the factual records which are already in the public domain. Secondly, I should not be trying to make any effort to change the course of the history by citing some kind of unsubstantiated facts. All the records clearly shows that Maharaja was in a difficult position because that time Kashmir was 80% Muslim and 20% Hindus. We need to correct the history. The trigger point is when Congress tried to blame Maharaja Hari Singh that he was dithering in joining the Indian Union, which is not correct at all. That is why I had quoted Nehruji that he had stated that in the month of June itself and in July in 1947, before 15 August of 1947, Maharaja tried to join with Indian Union. He had approached, but it is Pandit Nehruji who constantly deterred actually, and he was referring to taking the views of the larger population of Kashmir, and more than that, he was more concerned about Sheikh Abdullah, who everybody knows the relationship between Pandit Nehruji and Sheikh Abdullah. So Nehruji's personal interest was to protect the interests of Sheikh Abdullah.
Well, amidst this entire Distorian debate comes another strong observation by the Honorable Supreme Court, where a 2-judge bench has now demanded the centre's response on forceful and fraudulent conversions. That the justices M.R. Shah and Justice Ima Kohli have turned around and asked the centre to respond on this issue, saying it's a very, very serious matter. The matter is now posted to the 28th of November. The court has said forceful conversions can result into becoming a national security matter or a national security issue. This was Justice M.R. Shah who made that comment. Ananya is with us. Ananya, so turn of events in court where the centre now has to respond on forceful conversions. So is it only forceful conversions or is it forceful and fraudulent conversions?
Well, it's all including forceful and fraudulent conversions that the centre has to respond on. Strong comments coming in from the bench of Justice M.R. Shah and Justice Seema Kohli, clearly saying that's a very, very serious issue. In fact, when the Senior Standing Counsel for Central Government, Kanu Agarwal, was appearing, the Solicitor General was called in, seeing the seriousness of the matter, and then the centre has been asked to clear its stand. It's been said that it's a national security issue and the centre must look into it. Some guidelines should come in and the central government should actually come in and put the picture right, put its stand very correctly. November 28th is the next date of hearing when the matter would be heard again. It's a petition that's been filed by Advocate Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay on which the strong observations from the bench has come in, and we'll have to wait and watch for November 28th as to what happens next.
With 28th of November, will the government take a position? Is it likely, or will they cite the Gujarat elections because the first phase of polling and the second phase of polling will happen? There is a model code of conduct, and what the centre has to say on forceful and fraudulent conversions could have a direct impact on Gujarat.
Well, seeing the seriousness of the matter, the central government must and would definitely be responding to this at this point of time. Affidavit might come in from the central government or on the next date of hearing. In case there is some kind of a seriousness involved, there is some consultation which is not yet complete by the central government, then it may seek some more time in order to file its response or to give out its stand. But then,
did the Solicitor General make this representation in court today? Did he mention the Gujarat elections and model code of conduct?
No, not yet.
Not yet. That was not made. Ananya, thank you for your inputs. We're going to take a very, very short break here on The Nation at 5. Stay with us.